There are moments when your own life starts to feel a little unfamiliar. You wake up, go through your day, do what you always do, but something feels off. Not broken, just different. And you can't even point to the exact moment it started. That's the confusing part. You ask yourself quietly, what changed or what did I ignore? Because deep down, you know this isn't random. It's awareness rising. It's your mind finally noticing what you've been avoiding. And let me tell you something clearly. This feeling is not confusion. It's a signal. It's the gap between who you say you are and how you are actually living. That gap creates tension. You feel it in small moments, when your actions don't match your intentions. And that tension grows silently until one day you realize you don't fully recognize yourself anymore. Not because you changed in one big moment, but because you shifted in small ones you ignored. That's the truth most people miss. You didn't wake up as a different person. You didn't lose yourself in one decision. It happened slowly, quietly. A skip responsibility here, a comfort choice there, a promise you delayed, a habit you justified. Each one felt small, almost harmless, but together they built distance between who you wanted to be and who you are becoming. Let me be direct with you. You didn't lose yourself suddenly. You stopped paying attention. And now that awareness is here, you can't pretend you don't see it anymore. Ignoring it is no longer an option. Your life is not changing in big dramatic moments. It is changing in small daily choices you barely notice. The way you wake up, the way you delay things, the way you avoid what you know you should do. These small actions don't feel important in the moment, but they are quietly shaping your identity. Repetition is a real builder here. Not motivation, not intentions. Repetition. Let me make this clear. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you are reinforcing a pattern. Every time you delay something important, you are training your mind to delay again. It might feel harmless, like skipping one task or avoiding one difficult conversation, but patterns are built this way, not in big moments, but in repeated small ones. Think about it. One lazy decision feels small, one missed opportunity feels forgettable, but 100 of them start forming a character. That is how identity is built. Not randomly, not accidentally. It is built through repetition you either control or ignore. And here's the truth most people avoid. You are not drifting through life. You are not being pushed around by circumstances as much as you think. You are deciding. Every single choice is a direction. Every habit is a statement about who you are becoming. Let me tell you something clearly. Your habits are votes for the person you will eventually become. So ask yourself honestly, if your daily choices were shown publicly, would you still make them? Would you still defend them?
Licensing reimagined.
Because the truth is simple. You are not becoming someone by accident. You are building that person every day, one decision at a time. Comfort is not just a feeling. It is a mindset that slowly protects you from growth while making you believe you are safe. It speaks in small excuses. I'm tired today. I'll start tomorrow. It's not the right time. These thoughts feel harmless, even reasonable. But let me tell you something clearly. Comfort never asks if you are improving. It only asks if you are staying easy. This is where the real conflict begins. Truth demands change. Comfort demands delay. And every time you choose comfort, you are not just resting. You're deciding to stay the same. You tell yourself it's just one break, one delay, one small pause. But those pauses start stacking, and suddenly weeks turn into months when nothing moves forward. Here is the hard part most people avoid. Comfort is not harmless. It is shaping your future quietly. While you feel at ease today, it is building the version of you that struggles tomorrow. And that is the trap. It feels good now, but it costs you later. And then comes the pattern that keeps you stuck even longer. The negotiation. You start bargaining with your own discipline. I'll do it later. I'll start after this. Just one more day. Sound familiar? That later mindset is not planning. It is avoidance wearing a polite mask. Let me ask you something. How many times have you promised yourself a change and pushed it forward again? Every delay feels small, but every delay strengthens the habit of weakness, not action. Weakness. And this is where tension builds. Because the longer you negotiate, the harder it becomes to start. You don't just lose time, you lose momentum. And once momentum is gone, comfort becomes your default state. There comes a point where regret stops being something occasional and starts becoming part of your routine. You act, you feel bad, you promise change, and then you repeat the same pattern again. It becomes a loop. Not because you don't understand it, but because you can't break it. And that repetition slowly drains you. not just mentally, but emotionally. You start feeling tired of your own behavior. Let me tell you something clearly. The hardest part is not ignorance. It's awareness without change. You know better, but you still choose the same actions. That is where frustration grows. Internally, you see what you should do. Externally, you keep doing something else. That contradiction starts to wear you down, and over time, something even deeper begins to break. Your self-respect. Because every time you promise yourself something and don't follow through, you lose a small amount of trust in your own words. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, until one day, your promises don't mean much even to you anymore. Let me ask you something real. Would your past self be proud of how you are handling your life right now? Or would they be disappointed in the patterns you keep repeating? That question hits because deep down, you already know the answer. And here's the truth most people don't want to face. Disrespect towards yourself doesn't appear loudly. It grows silently through repeated self-betrayal. And if you don't stop it here, it reaches a point where even your standards start to fade. There comes a moment when you can no longer hide behind excuses. Not because life suddenly gets easier, but because truth finally becomes too loud to ignore. You see the pattern clearly. You know what needs to be done. And yet you keep waiting for motivation, as if it is going to save you. Let me tell you something directly. Motivation is not coming. It was never the answer. This is the breaking point, when denial stops working. When you realize no one is going to step in and fix what you keep avoiding. Responsibility cannot be passed to anyone else. Not your situation, not your mood, not your circumstances. It is yours alone. And the more you delay accepting that, the heavier everything feels. This is where pressure turns into clarity. You stop asking, when will I feel ready? And start asking, what am I still avoiding? Because truth doesn't wait for comfort. It forces you to face yourself. And now you reach the real comparison that matters. Discipline versus regret. One demands effort today. The other collects interest for years. Discipline feels uncomfortable in the moment. It asks you to push, to act, to resist ease. But regret is different. Regret stays longer. It grows heavier. It doesn't fade after the moment passes. So ask yourself honestly, what pain are you choosing every day? The temporary discomfort of discipline or the long-term weight of regret? Because there is no life without pain. Only a choice between which version you are willing to carry. And here is the urgency. Every day you delay, you don't stay the same. You get worse at resisting it. The habit grows stronger. And that is exactly why this moment matters. Because this is where change either begins or slowly disappears. This is the moment where everything shifts. Not through emotion, not through motivation, not through motivation, through action. Rebuilding who you become does not start in your feelings. It starts in what you do. Let me tell you something clearly. You don't wait to feel ready. You act first. Because identity follows behavior, not the other way around. Every action you take is shaping you in real time. You are not finding a better version of yourself. You are building it step by step, choice by choice. Think about it. If you keep waiting to feel different, nothing changes. But the moment you act differently, even when you don't feel like it, something powerful begins. You prove to yourself that change is possible. That is how identity shifts. Not through inspiration, but through repetition of action. Now here is what most people fail to understand. You are training yourself every single day, not in big moments, but in small ones. Every disciplined choice is a signal to your mind. Every skipped excuse is a step forward. It does not have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Because becoming is not a moment. It is a process built through repetition. Let me be direct with you. You cannot rely on motivation anymore. You must rely on discipline. On showing up even when it feels meaningless. Because that is how the future version of you is created. One small decision at a time. Now ask yourself something honest. Who are you becoming if nothing changes today? If you repeat this exact day for the next year, where will you end up? Don't avoid that question. Face it, because at the end of the day, you will either build someone you respect or wake up one day regretting the version you allowed yourself to become. The choice is happening right now.